Today we're going to show you how to apply a custom paint fading effect being put into place at the Savers stores. While this is a ground level demonstration, you will of course have to follow standard procedure for demerchandising the walls of the store, which may require scaffolding or a lift to access. If there is trim against the floor, tape it off, or simply tape off or cover the floor as you would for any paint job. Prep your roller for paint coverage with painter's tape.
I like to take some tape, even though it says it's lint-free, and just remove all the looseness so when you go to paint the wall, no lint comes off of your roller cover. On this paint job here, the customer is requesting that we put it heavy on in the middle and feather the edges out just as a design for a sample on 3 different areas on these walls.
Tape the ceiling if you prefer to. In this case, our painter feels comfortable without it. Our painter fills out the centermost area first, the heavy parts. He'll return to the edges in a bit. In this example, the sections of wall in this store are fairly small. Every Savers store will vary in dimensions and layout. Confirm with your site supervisor as to the width and overall size of each painted section. It's important to note that this is what this step looks like when completed. Notice how the edges of the heavily painted section are not straight or in any kind of pattern. They are jagged, with some areas sticking out more than others. Please pay special attention to this styling. It's extremely important to replicate this effect accurately. Notice how he uses the roller to create a variety of edges to the heavily painted portion. This will be important when fading the paint out later on. Our painter then uses a standard brush with a low amount of paint on it. The brush should be quite dry to achieve the light spread effect that's shown. He then uses the roller to fill in gaps and help create the spread effect. Notice that there aren't any orphaned areas of white, but that it's all filled in and brought together with a lightly covered roller.
Okay, and now that your edges are feathered out, you want to go back to the center part of the wall and fill it in solid, so it'll look better feathered out on the edges. This is what the customer requested.
Let's watch him do it again with a different color. Now that he's getting the hang of it, he'll be able to do it faster and more efficiently. In this case, there's some molding in the middle of the wall. For obstacles that are safe to paint over, simply continue the styling right over it as if it wasn't there.
Once you start putting solid on, you must be able to still feather out and hide the edges. So you want to fill it in first. Like so. In this case scenario, they're not looking for everything to be completely covered. They want kind of a crazy rustic look here. So you have to kind of create it off of the pictures that were given to us. As I'm feathering this out, this way allows me to be able to go back in here and still feather out there on my corners. It's actually like a unfinished look. They don't want it to be completely solid. They want some kind of unique design on the edges that you have to create with the roller.
He fills in any area that he feels isn't achieving the look desired with the roller or the brush where appropriate.
Okay, the client asked us to try to get rid of the solid lines and be more jagged in this area. So we're going to try to brush it out and soften it up a little bit. And fill in these areas.
Especially when first starting, you can consult your site supervisor or contact the customer directly with photos to confirm the look meets their desires. Once the edges are complete, go back and ensure there aren't any solid white areas that may have been missed. There should only be blending and fading, no solid white areas within the painted zones. Here's an example of how the styling can be done around a window or other obstacle. Again, note how the colored paint is blended into the original white on the wall. If you have any questions or concerns as to how to achieve this look, please ask your supervisor.